So today our topic is uh, array in Java. So at first we have to understand what is the use case of array. So in our programming, what is the basic need of programming to solve a particular problem, and to solve a problem we need data, and to store data we use variable. Let's say we have to store marks of 3 students. Marks of 3 students. So for that we can easily do this. Let's say M1 I store 98, M2 in case of M2 I store 100, and M3. So here it is 90, let's say. So this is easy for us to store the marks of 3 students. Okay. Now if I say I need the marks of 10 students. Okay, this is also easy for us. We use M1, M2, M3, M4 till M10. So this is also possible thing for us. Okay, now the thing is, if someone say to store 100 marks of 100 students. Now in case of 100 students, what are the problem we have to face? First problem is we have to handle we have to handle 100 variables. That is a very critical task for us to handle 100 variables. Now suppose if we say, if our question says to calculate sum of the 100 variables, so in that case we have to write s equals to m1, m2, m3. In that case we have to go till m99 and m100. So this is also a lengthy task to do, to write the name of 100 variables. So here the problem occurs with the using of variables. Now what we can do? So to overcome this problem, the concept of array occurs. Now what is array? Few things of array is linear data structure. Linear data structure. That means all the values will be stored in linear order. This is linear. That means it follows a sequence, or it follows a linear order. Okay, another thing is this is homogeneous. Array is homogeneous. Now what is the meaning of homogeneous? Homogeneous means we can store only one type of value. One type of value. Now what it means? So one type of value. Let's say if I create a array which can store integer numbers, so we always store integers numbers like 10, 12, -5. If our array is of type characters, we have to store only characters A, C, like this. But we cannot do that. Means this is valid, this is also valid. But what is invalid? If I store 10 and character, that means I am trying to store an integer and a character in the same array. So this is not valid. This is the meaning of homogeneous. That means we can store only one type of value. That means we have to follow one data type. Okay, I, this is clear. Okay, now next thing about array is types of array. So Java, wait a minute, I have to see. Okay, type of array. First one is single dimensional array. But next thing is multi-dimensional array. The single dimensional array is also called 1D array and it is called ND array where n can be 2, 3, 4, anything. N can be anything, but normally we will deal with only 2. That means in our syllabus, according to our syllabus, we have to learn about 1D array and 2D array. Okay, now what is 1D array? So at first we have to check the structure of the array. Let me check your syllabus. Okay, that was introduction. Now next concept is array as a composite type. Array as a composite type. Now what is the meaning of composite? Array as a composite type. Okay, now what is the term meaning? Means composite. Composite means collection of values. According to the formal definition, composite data type is one whose value are composite, composed of component values. That means what I already said, that in array we can store multiple values of same data type. That means it is a composition of similar type of values. That is why array is called composite type. Okay, that's it. So I have to see your book, then I will discuss about these theoretical things in depth. Okay, today I am uh, giving you the brief introduction about array. Now, how to create array? To create array, we have to follow this syntax. What is our syntax? We have to give the data type. This is our data type. After that, we have to provide a array name. Array name. The naming convention of array is same as our variables. After that, we have to provide square bracket. The square bracket denotes that this is an array, and we have to write new. This is a keyword to create an object. Okay, this is same as like that. Okay, now we have to provide the data type again. After square bracket, we have to provide the size of the array. Size is basically the number of elements, maximum number of elements we can store in our array. So this is our syntax. So at first data type, then array name, square bracket that denotes this is an array, equal new, this is keyword, and data type, and after square bracket, inside the square bracket we have to provide the size of the array. That means the maximum number of elements we can store in our array. Let's see an example. Int, this is our data type. The array name I am providing ARR, short form of array. I am providing it as a name. After that, square bracket equals to new. Now again we have to give the data type int, and I have to provide the size. Let's say 10. That means our array ARR can contains maximum of 10 elements, not more than that, but it can store less than 10 elements also. That means our maximum capacity is 10. Okay, this is how we can create our array. Uh, you can see one thing. I am telling what is this. Okay, you can notice one thing, that in your book it may be written like int, after that the square bracket, then the array name, then new, int and 10. Okay, these both things are same. You can add the square bracket at the end as well as at the beginning. It does not matter. But it is better to follow this thing. It will be easy to understand for you. Okay. This is clear how to create an array. Okay, now according to our example, so according to our example, we have an array. The size of array is 10. So the name of array is ARR, and the capacity of the array is 10. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is the capacity. Now in string we already know about index. The index concept of index is also here. Now the size is 10, but the index starts from which value, 0 or 1? The index of array starts with 0 or 1. 0. So the size is 10, so the index will be 0 to 9. Index will be 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And now another thing is, when we are creating an array, the value of each block is initially 0. In case of Java, this is initially 0. Okay, this is another thing. Okay, this is clear till now. Now I have to store some value at index 0. How we can store this? We can write ARR, then index, the value will be 5. So what happens? This 0 is replaced with 5. Next I write ARR 1, let's say 7. So this 0 is replaced with 7. So this is how we can store our values. Now this is in this way we can store value with user user input, but we can input the value directly. How we can do this? Int ARR, then square bracket, equal. In that case we don't need to use the new keyword, simply use the curly braces and start writing the values, 7, 8, 4 and 5. So this is how we can store our value. Now it will be stored like 7, 3, 8, 4, 5. So this is our array 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is ARR. Clear? Okay, this is the array. Now we will see a code in which we can create an array and access a particular element. For that I have to open BlueJ. If possible, I am trying to solve this in online compiler. That will be okay. This is online compiler. You have to write code in BlueJ. Okay, now what I am trying to do, I am going to create an array and access particular element. So to create array, I have to write the data type, the array name, and after that I have to use the curly braces, and inside the curly braces I have to give the value. It's 7, 3, 8, 4, and 5. Now what about the index? The index is, this is index 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. This is our index. Now let's say I am trying to access the value 4. How we can do this? For this I have to write system.out.println ARR, and what will be the index of 4? It is 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is 3. Okay, so our output is 4. Now I am trying to system.out.println ARR, say 2. What will be the output? 8. Okay. So again, system.out.println ARR 5. What will be the output? Hmm? Okay, so this is actually out of the bound of array. See, there is the last index of the array is 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I am providing the index 5. That is an error. See, I am running the program and it shows error. What the error says? Exception in thread main. The array index out of bound exception. That means the index of array that I am providing here 5. So the index of the array is out of our boundary. In this case our boundary is between 0 and 5, but I am providing 0 and 4, but I am providing 5, so this is out of our boundary. So this error says array index of outs of bounds exception. Okay. Similarly, for negative numbers also it will show error. See, the error is same because I am providing a negative number, but the boundary of our index is 0 to 4. It's always at the time of using array, always remember this thing: the index should be valid, otherwise it will show error like this. Next thing, now let's say I have to print all the values of an array. So this is the values. So how we can do this? System.out.println arr 0. Copy the code. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how we can access all the values. Okay. Now in this case our number of values are limited. That is, number of values is 5. Now suppose if our mm, number of elements is more than 100, is it possible to write all for all the index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that? This is not possible. In that case, what we can do, we can use the loop. Now before going to the loop, I have to show you another thing. Okay, so can you remember about the length function? Okay, what was the syntax? So in this case our array is ARR. So to calculate the length, that means the size of the array, we can write int L equals to ARR dot length, length. So this will return the size of the array. That means the maximum number of elements we can store in our array. So here it will be 5. Now how to access the element of an array using loop, for loop basically. Okay. Let's say I am writing the code here. We have an array int arr. This is our array and the square bracket, and the values are 7, 3, 8, 4 and 5. So these are the values. Now I have to calculate the length. Int L equals to, sorry, int L equals to ARR dot size, sorry, not size, this is length. Now we have to traverse all the element using loop. So for this we have to write for int I equals to 0, I less than L, and I plus plus. See one thing, uh, in this case our length is 5. So I write starting from 0 and I less than equal L. L means the length, that means less than 5. That means it will execute it for I equals to 0 to I equals to 4, not for 5. Mean it will check for 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It will execute it for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but in case of 5 it will be stopped here. Okay, now how we can access? System dot out dot println, and inside this ARR and I. Okay, this is our code. So at first it will print ARR 0, then ARR 1, ARR 2, ARR 3 and ARR 4. So let's see this code. Okay, can you see my screen? Hello? Hello? Okay, so what we can do? Uh, it said this is int L equals to ARR dot length length. This will calculate the length of the array. And now for int I equals to 0, I less than L and I plus plus. And I have to print the system dot out dot println, and inside this ARR and I. So this is our code. Let's run it. Length. There is an error in case of length. Okay, this is not function. I have to write simply length. So this is how this code will work. Okay, clear? Okay, now in this way we can calculate the sum of our all the elements. I am printing this, but if it is said to be calculate sum, so we can do int s equals to 0, and here S equals to S plus ARR and I. So this is how we can calculate our sum here. And ultimately we have to print system.out.println sum of elements equals to and here plus S. Let's run and it shows it is 7. Sorry, 27. Okay. Clear till now? Next thing about array is okay. I am giving you some questions. Question is okay. Now we have to solve some questions. I'm writing all the questions here. Question number 1. The question says stores elements in an array and print them. So we already see this question here. Okay, I am changing this question and print them in reverse order. Now tell me how we can do this. Hello? Okay, tell me how we can solve this question. Let's say I have array. I'm taking the same array int arr and the elements are 7, 3, 8, 4 and 5. Now in our previous code we saw that how to print it in this way. Wait. So we suppose we have an array int arr and 7, 3, 8, 4 and 5. So this is the array. So in our previous code we saw how we can print the array in this order, that means from first to last. Now in this code we will see how to print it in reverse order, that means this way: 5, 4, 8, 3, 7. Okay, so how we can do this? At first I have to, no, this I have to do this using loop. So before that I have to take the length of the array. L equals to arr dot length. So this is our length. Now if I write index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and our length is 5. So we have to go from 4 to 0. 4 to 0. So for int I equals to, what is the value of L? L is 5. So L minus 1, L minus 1, I greater than equal 0 and I minus minus. And to that SOP system.out.print, uh, here arr simply that. Just you have to execute the loop in reverse order. So this is the way we can solve this. Okay, now I am giving you some questions. Tell me if you have any doubt till now. Everything is clear about array? Okay. So I am giving you questions as homework. Okay, so question number 1 is, can you see my screen? Question number 1 is, store elements in an array and print it, Okay. Question number 2, store elements in an array and print it in reverse order. Question number 3, store elements in an array and calculate sum of all elements. Same question 4, where it will be product of all elements. Question number 5, store elements in an array and calculate average of all elements. Uh, we already discussed about the question number 1 and 2. Now tell me, can you solve this question number 3?
Sir, first we will use for loop, then it n equals to n dot length. Then after that we'll write count plus plus.
Hmm. Say it once again, what you were saying.
Equals to L. After that we will write I plus plus.
Hmm.
Then we will open the bracket and then we will write count plus plus. At the starting we will initialize the count. Int count is equals to 0.
Not count. Here it is said to sum. So we have to take a variable s whose initial value will be 0. Wait, I already write the code. Yes, I have the code here. You see, there is the loop. This is the basic loop here, and after that, that is s equals to s plus arr I. Okay, and the value of s will be 0 initially, and we have to add the each element in s. Okay, so this is the way. Now the next question.
Product also same, just P is equals to P into array in the square bracket I.
Okay, so what will be the initial value of p? 0 or 1? For product it is 1. For sum the initial value will be 0, and for product it will be 1. Okay, this is
So it's
the
right P is equals to 1.
hmm. uh, others all the things are same. And the question number 5,
Average.
average of all elements. That means here we have to calculate sum of the all elements and count the number of elements. That means length of the array. So finally the average will be sum divided by number of elements. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, so your task is write all the code in copy, not laptop, because it will be helpful to how to write code for you. Okay,
Okay.
and all the three questions have already done. I gave you yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Once my parents come back, then I will send.
okay, send me after that. This is for today. We will move on to more details of array. And one thing, send me the PDF of the topic array from your book.